Hi, welcome to Simply Aware. I'm Ami Mankita, your guide, and this is a guided meditation for removing and avoiding overthinking, negative thinking, and extensive thinking. If you are listening to this meditation, it means that you experience very frequently, or even now, a very intense thinking and a lot of negative thinking. Before we start, it's very important to remember that this is not something special. Every single person experiences this mental activity. Actually, this is the nature of our minds, to keep thinking and connecting one thought to another in a very long chain. In this meditation, we are not going to try and stop them and fight them. We are simply going to see clearly, using our mindfulness and awareness, the nature of the thoughts and how they come by themselves, appear, and disappear by themselves without us doing anything except putting our attention and mindfulness on the thinking event. So let's start. Doesn't matter where you are, on what you are doing. Find a comfortable sitting position. You can be at home, at work, or even in a public place. You can practice it either with your eyes open or your eyes closed. Put your hands gently and softly on your lap, the thumbs touching each other gently. Start paying attention to your natural breath. When the air is coming in, you're inhaling naturally. Your belly is rising, so you say to yourself in your mind, rising. When you're exhaling, the air is coming out naturally. The belly is falling, and you pay attention and acknowledge the falling. And you say to yourself in your mind, falling, rising, falling, rising, falling. Make sure you do it in the natural rhythm of your breath right now. While you're practicing this, you might have some thoughts appearing in your mind. Don't ignore them. Move your attention from the breathing to the thoughts and say to yourself in your mind, thinking, thinking, thinking. Then go back to your main body position, sitting, 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 rising, falling, rising, falling. Make sure to sync the word rising with the actual movement of the belly and stretch it until the rising is over. And falling, again, sync it with the movement of the belly until the movement is over. While you're practicing this, you might have some feelings appearing. You don't ignore them. You move your attention from the breath to the feelings, and you say to yourself in your mind 3 times, feeling, feeling, feeling. And you go back to your main body position, sitting, 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 rising, falling, rising, falling. Also, when you're sitting, you might feel some body sensations. You can feel some itch or some tickling or some heat or cold or some stress or tension. You don't move your body. You don't itch, you don't do any change in the position. You just move your attention to the place in your body where you experience this sensation. And you say to yourself in your mind, sensation, sensation, sensation. Then you come back to your main body position, sitting, 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 rising, falling, rising, falling. Also, you might capture some events through your senses. It might be smelling, tasting, seeing. Even with your eyes closed, you can see some shapes, colors, lights. You don't ignore that. Maybe you're hearing something, some birds, cars, phone ringing, people talking. You don't ignore it. You move your attention to the actual sense that captured that event. For example, if you hear some cars outside in the street, it takes your attention, you acknowledge, and being mindful, hearing, hearing, hearing. Then you come back to your main body position, sitting, 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 rising, falling, rising, falling. Make sure you don't try to fight the thoughts, the feelings, the body sensations. Make sure you don't try to control or understand the thoughts or analyze them. Analyzing a thought is actually thinking a thought about the thought. It is still thinking. When we are being aware and mindful of the thought, we simply observe it and watch it as it comes by itself and passes by itself. As it appears in our mind without our control, in the same way it disappears from our mind naturally. This is the natural course of the thought. Make sure you practice this for 5 more minutes. Thank you for practicing with me. I will meet you in my next guided meditation. Have a great day.